Welcome back, it's me, Austin Miller, the Gentleman Caller, and it is a very special and very tropical day here at the Gentleman Caller. As you can see, I'm in Texas, not in New York City right now, and in honor and celebration of my return to Alvin, we're going to make a pineapple upside down cake. And they're going to be little baby ones and little baby ramekins, and I felt so festive I had to wear my new shirt that has pink flamingos and palm trees on it, naturally. So, here we go. So, here we go. You're going to want to turn on your oven and preheat it to 350 degrees. Now in this bowl, as you can see, I've combined the dried ingredients already. It's 1.5 cups of cake flour sifted, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And I've already put them together. You're going to want to have already set out 6 tablespoons plus 3 tablespoons of butter, as you can see I have here. This only makes 6 cakes and it's got over a stick of butter, so, you know, don't eat this if you're on a cleanse. So we're going to fire up the mixer here. I'm going to put the 6 tablespoons of butter into the mixer, and we're going to let it rip here for a second. This recipe is a little bit unconventional. My granny, this is loud, likes to make a lemon jello cake that has, you know, a container of jello in it. And I was like, what if we did that with pineapple instead of lemon? And that's where I came up with this. So we're going to fold the egg whites into it in a minute, and it's going to give it just, you know, a different textural component than a regular dense pineapple upside down cake. Okay, so this butter is kind of, you know, doing its thing. I have here some white sugar. It's 3/4 cup of white sugar, and we're gonna put this in here. Yay! Kind of makes a mess. And let this cream, right? So here's the magic. Island pineapple jello. Doesn't jello smell like your childhood? Like whenever you smell a package of jello open, it's like, oh yeah, I remember that, because, you know, not a lot of adults eat Jell-O unless, you know, you're in the hospital. I used to be fascinated by Jell-O when I was a kid because there's this restaurant here in Texas called Movies, and they always had like these parfait glasses with like all these squares of blue Jell-O and red Jell-O and stuff like that, and I don't think I was ever allowed to eat one of those glasses of colorful Jell-O. So, I don't know. Let your kids eat Jell-O. It's not that bad for you. It's good for your hair. So, this is a beautiful color. It's like bright yellow. Looks good, looks good. So I'm going to scrape down the bowl here a little bit. Okay, so once you've gotten a solid cream on this, that sounds so dirty. Once these just come together, we're going to put some more things in there, okay? So you've got egg yolks right here. And in they go. After you put the egg yolks in, you're going to alternate the dry ingredients and the buttermilk, the dry ingredients, the buttermilk, the dry ingredients. Now, you could use all-purpose flour. I am choosing to use cake flour, so it's a little, you know, more tender and delicious. But you know, if you don't want to go to the trouble to buy a whole box of flour that you're very rarely going to use, the world's not going to end. I forgot to put the vanilla in. Put in the vanilla too. Don't overmix. Only till it's just combined. Sometimes it's easier just to do things like this by hand, and you can see it works. And you get a little exercise. Okay, so these are pretty stiff. You know, just get some air in them. And we're going to fold them gently into our batter. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Don't you sing to yourself when you're mixing eggs? Okay, it's time to break down this bad boy. Now you could have done this already, and you don't need the whole pineapple, so I mean, you could have fed, you know, your kids half of it for breakfast already and just saved what you needed. This is not as scary as it seems. It's just a pineapple. So don't be afraid. First thing you're gonna do, and I like to use a serrated knife like this, or this sort of thing, is you take this bad boy, and you don't need him anymore. Do you know how to know if a pineapple is ripe at the store? You go to this thing, and you pull out one, and if it releases, then you know that the pineapple is ripe. You could also sniff its butt, like a dog. Oh, he's funny today. You can't laugh at your own jokes. Anyway, then you take the bottom off, like so, and then you set it on its little bottom like that, and you just start working down the sides. Just like that. And you can see there are like little spots like that. You don't want those on there. So go as deeply as you need to eliminate those little ugly spots. Oh my god, I love pineapple. It's like one of my favorite fruits. Pineapple and cherry. So, okay, so when you've taken all the barbs off your pineapple, you're going to cut it into about 1/2-inch slices. And as you can see, you know, I made it look kind of like a pentagon. I hope you do a better job than I did. Now, here's a fun little project for you. Go through all your drawers and all your kitchens, and that didn't make any sense, and find something that's like round like this. In New York City, I have a cookie cutter that's this size. But here, I have a bench scraper. And, you know, sometimes you just have to find a tool that'll get the job done. You could also just use a paring knife. Like, the world's not gonna end, right? But you wanna take that little woody piece out of the center, because nobody's gonna wanna eat that. It's woody. It's gross. Okay, we're gonna make a caramel sauce to put in the bottom of the ramekin, so it's all like gooey and delicious. I told you about 3 more tablespoons of butter. These are the 3 tablespoons of butter that puts it over a full stick of butter, so pat yourself on the back. Put it into a saucepan and put it on kind of lowish heat to get it melted. Actually, let's turn it up just a little bit. Go ahead and melt that stuff. You're going to have a whisk handy because this is going to be a constant stir situation. And if you're a person that likes a little salty with your sweet, you could put like 1/4 teaspoon of salt in this, and it would kind of point it up just a little bit. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put something else in. I'm going to put 1 ounce of Buttershots. Woo! Ay caramba! We're just going to continue to whisk until, oh, it's beautiful. It's so pretty. Till we're about here. Can you see that, kind of? Yeah, that's good. That's all we're gonna do. All right, get your delicious syrup and try not to eat it. And you're gonna pour it into your greased little ramekin, right? There should be kind of just enough for you to stick your finger in the pot like you want to in a second. It really does smell really good, and I completely stand by putting the Buttershots in there. I know it's a little dirty. So, once you've done that, you're going to take your pineapple that you've trimmed down to the size of the ramekin, and you're going to shove that in there. Oh, mercy. This is going to be so good. Time to put the batter in. The smelly Jell-O batter. Alright, I'm going to use a little measuring scoop here. And my very clean fingers. So bake them for 17 minutes, let them cool, and then like take a knife, like a paring knife, and run it around the ramekin and put it out on a plate, like this. I think a mouse got into mine. A big mouse. A big mouse named Austin Miller Gentleman Caller. Thanks for stopping in. You're gonna love this one. Come back for more.